Hi guys, hope you're doing well today. It's Fred and Sheila with Hatfield, McCoy Museum Adventures and Fred and Sheila Investigates.
Hey guys, Sheila and I were sitting around watching news a while ago and was talking and had a topic here that may be of interest. Some of you may want to comment. When we were kids, both of us was thinking back. When we were kids, you never heard of nobody threatening the president of the United States.
Right,
It was just something that you just didn't hear because you you always heard as a kid growing up that it's a crime. The Secret Service will come knocking at your door and put you in jail. And so it didn't matter what party, what beliefs, what policies, or anything. Nobody ever threatened the president. And it seems like nowadays, well, shucks, they're not only threatening them, they're trying to assassinate them. And it's not like, without getting political, it's not like that. Each party doesn't have their things, no matter what political party you belong to. It's wrong. We can't do that. We've got to go back to the old days, right, babe? What is
right.
your
Well, people need to learn to agree to disagree and get along better that way.
If you want to make change, you make it at the ballot box. You
Right,
make it on election day. If you don't like the group that's in there, whether you disagree with them letting everybody in the world come into our country, and nobody said nothing. Nobody tried to assassinate anybody. You just wait till next election and you vote and you try
right.
to change things. You know, again, without trying to be political on either side, just has President Trump done anything at all? I don't understand where the hatred, other than he's rich, rather than he's made some good decisions in his life. He's smart, intelligent. He's other than jealousy of some people, he hasn't done anything that he hasn't tried to better America. I'm not going to make this political. Sheila's going to put up a thing about right here, and it's going to show you. We didn't only hear it as a kid. Sheila and I went researching earlier, and threatening the president of the United States is a federal felony under 18 USC 871.
Wow. Punishable by up to 5 years in prison and fines. It is illegal to knowingly and willfully make threats to kill, kidnap, or inflict bodily harm upon the president, vice president, or successors.
Guys, and it says the U.S. Secret Service investigates these. The bottom line there, Sheila, we wrote in is the law's clear. Threats. It's time to start charging anyone, even threatening the president, for even threatening. It's time that we start
Mm.
charging people like we did in the old days. Like you would hear somebody, they'd be on a drunk or something. They'd say, "Oh, I'm going to do," and they say, "Oh, they're going to call Secret Service on you. You better shut up." Now, there's several people in the news where we can't name them all because there's just too many. One of them was Johnny Depp, of course. Seems like I heard him say in one interview, "Where's John Wilkes Booth when you need him?" And then we've got Robert De Niro and Madonna. Madonna threatened, said she felt like blowing up. I'm paraphrasing, but blowing up the White House with the president in it. Kathy Griffin carrying a head of Donald Trump around with a knife like she's cut his head off.
Wow.
And that's just a few. That's it. The list goes on. And you'll hear people talk about, well, they can't do nothing about it because that's freedom of speech. That's first protected by the First Amendment. Guys, threats. Go ahead. I know what you're going to
I was
say.
to say a threat is not freedom of speech.
A threat is a threat.
when did it become okay for people to be happy that someone is threatened or attempted on their life? And people are happy about that.
It'd be no different than the other side saying that they wish that would have happened when this one was president or that one. There's two sides to it's sad. It's sad that we can't all be American. And if it's good for America, it's good for everybody. If it's good, don't hate the messenger. Don't hate the if there's a
Presenting,
bad
yeah.
if there's a bad message, if there's something that's going wrong, but just to hate somebody because we hate them, just to hate somebody because of who they are or how good they've had it in life, that we're that jealous. We're not going to drag this video out. Our thoughts are is that the Secret Service needs to get on the stick. The Secret Service, you'll see in the background here behind us, Catherine Patel, head of the FBI, and Todd Blanche, Attorney General. And that's my two newest heroes. Probably Sheila can speak for herself, but that's guys. Let's go for justice. Let's get back to justice, not politics.
All right.
If they're criminals, we go after them. If they break the law, we go after them. Even if it's Kumi that wrote or allegedly, he look at his Instagram, 8647. Even the one-time head of the FBI, 86, killed 47.
Wow.
Well, who does that? What kind of person in the right mind? And that's who was leading our FBI, our top law enforcement agency at one time. Him and McCabe and Ray.
These people are influencing other people. That's not cool.
And when they say this,
exactly,
it has
other
words.
people take it to heart.
Yeah, words have meaning and outcomes and bearings on other people. Jimmy Kimmel says, going to make her a widow on the next night. The guy tries to assassinate the president again. Words, and that's what these people are hoping for. That's why these people are speaking these words. They're trying to persuade other people of less intelligence or of less, they're instigators. They're nothing more than instigators. I'm not going to drag it out, guys. Sheila and I say the Secret Service needs to get off the pot and start charging people, start convicting people. And if they think it's the First Amendment, then they can appeal it to the Supreme Court, and we'll let the Supreme Court rule on it. Because the Supreme Court, through the same party, there's a party that says they're a party of peace. They're anything but a party of peace. I told Sheila I wouldn't get political, and I'm not, but there's a party that says they're the party of peace. They're the party of anything but peace. There's a party that says they don't like the Second Amendment. They don't like guns. People shouldn't have guns. But they're the party that's using guns.
Wow.
It's common. It doesn't make a person political one way or the other. This is not a political statement. I'm speaking fact. It's a sad fact, but it's fact. What, babe?
The world needs to stop being so political and get back in their Bibles and turn to the good Lord. This is not good.
I agree with that. Not everybody does that, though. Like I wrote on Facebook the other day, somebody said something that made so much sense, but it's easier said than done, seems like, for some of us now. Some of you does better than others, but that's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's not a good thing when you wish someone harm.
No.
And you speak verbally and hope or feel bad that it doesn't follow through. That's not good.
And a weak-minded person hears that.
Yes.
And they think they're impressing somebody, and they go out and actually try it. I've saw, even when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the comments that people made. Guys, these are live people. I don't care if it's people on the other party that I don't much care for. Who wants to see somebody? You don't want to see that. Who want if a person really believes that and wants to see that, you're
Wow.
you're not a good person. You can wish them bad luck, wish them that they don't get elected again, wish them out of office, wish them, but you don't wish them to be
Huh?
harmed. And the law said, it's is illegal to knowingly, willfully make threats, knowingly, unless you're mentally ill, unless you've got some kind of mental illness that's been classified before you do it. You can't come up later on. I guess you can. Anything's good for a defense anymore, but juries are not buying it. Juries are smarter than people think they are, but it's illegal to knowingly and willfully make threats
Mhm.
to kill or kidnap or inflict bodily harm. You can't even threaten to beat them up, much less to assassinate them, or you're hoping that somebody does assassinate. That's all
Mm.
we got, guys. I'm sorry, baby. You
No,
got anything else?
that just blows my mind that these people are upset or happy that someone else is harmed, or upset that they're not harmed. Lord help us all. That's all I can say. We sure hope you are doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. God bless.